I think some of the red flags that I have heard is people drop in their resumes but probably are not actively looking out. It might look like great opportunity. And there are a lot of things which current ATSs are not geared to measure as well, but probably HRs have started getting sensitized to know that before getting candidates in the process. I think one is the flexibility to work from office or work from home, right? If that clarity is there up front, about the match for the organization and the candidate a lot. The second is around the pay, what is the expectation versus where the candidate is. And the third is it is tying back to the first one, which is the location of work, right? Even if you're in a hybrid or in a remote environment, or you want the candidate to come to the office, these are things which are discussed in the last round, but it makes sense to know upfront so that all your hiring rounds then include this information. And then obviously the interest of the candidate and how much they're following up and picking up the calls and doing all your tests and formalities on time. I think those are the standard ones which are there, so everyone knows this. So
how to identify if the candidate is actively looking or not, and if they're actively looking, how do we figure out whether they want to join your company or not? Are there some questions that we can pop up in the interview? Are there some questions we can have within the process?
I've seen a lot of HR leaders being sensitive about culture, great, good companies. And it does not mean they have to be startup or they have to be big organizations, but they drop in something about their culture. They introduce themselves and, they are excited to tell you about what they cherish or what they want. If you think and see that the candidate is absorbing that information, is curious about that, I think that one is a very great marker of them being interested. They have, and if they have gone through your website, I think going through website is a common thing, right? But to what length they have gone and researched, asked more people about the job, about what the company culture is, etc. Because across the board, everyone now has sensitivity about the culture, about what they are going to work on, etc. So the interest coming in from candidate kind of speaks a lot, and it can be curiosity about who am I going to be interviewed with, how can I prepare well, etc. and all that as well, which is just about the process. But if they're curious and excited about how's the life going to be beyond the process, I think that's a very stable marker about them really being invested in
that makes a lot of sense.